The killing of farmers at Uttar Pradesh's Lakhimpur Kheri was a planned conspiracy with intent to commit murder and not a case of death by negligence, the Special Investigation Team (SIT) has said in the case in which Union Minister Ajay Mishra's jailed son Ashish Mishra is the main accused. The charges of rash driving against Ashish Mishra and the others should be modified. Cops investigating the case have written to a judge, adding that an attempt to murder charge and the charge of voluntarily causing hurt should be added. Ashish Mishra and others are already facing murder and conspiracy charges. As the ruling BJP prepares for polls in Uttar Pradesh, the new development signals huge trouble for Ajay Mishra, the Union Minister of State for Home, who has remained in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government despite calls for his sacking. Moving on to the next news, Pfizer Inc. on Tuesday said final analysis of its antiviral COVID-19 pill still showed near 90% efficacy in preventing hospitalizations and deaths in high-risk patients, and recent lab data suggests the drug retains its effectiveness against the fast-spreading Omicron variant of the coronavirus. The US drug maker last month said the oral medicine was around 89% effective in preventing hospitalizations or deaths when compared to placebo, based on interim results in around 1,200 people. The data disclosed on Tuesday includes an additional 1,000 people. Nobody in the trial who received the Pfizer treatment died, compared with 12 deaths among placebo recipients. Moving on to the next news, a top Pakistani terrorist belonging to the Lashkar-e-Taiba was killed in an encounter with security forces in Jammu and Kashmir's Pooch district on Tuesday, officials said. A search is underway to track down another terrorist who was his accomplice in the area, they said. The army and police launched an operation after receiving specific intelligence inputs about the presence of armed terrorists in Behramgala area, a defense spokesperson said. In the early hours of Tuesday, a terrorist attempted to escape while firing at the security personnel, he said, adding that the troops retaliated, resulting in the encounter in which the terrorist was killed. Moving on to the next news, former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, targeted by his successor Yogi Adityanath over the filth and congestion in Varanasi yesterday, has responded with a barb just as sharp. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is very well aware of the fact that none of the rivers are clean, hence he decided not to take a dip in Ganga, the Samajwadi Party chief was quoted as saying by news agency ANI today. A dip in Ganga in Varanasi during the inauguration of the Kashi Vishwanath Corridor project was one of the highlights of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the city yesterday. While the Chief Minister accompanied him for the inauguration, he did not accompany the PM during the dip. Moving on to the next news, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee slammed the BJP government over the SIT report in Lakhimpur Kheri case, which said the incident was a planned conspiracy to murder protesting farmers. While referring to the SIT report during her 2-day visit to Goa, Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee said, "Shouldn't the Home Minister resign? Won't the Prime Minister discuss the matter in Parliament?" She added, "We don't need to learn from BJP about farmers and labourers."